Hey everyone, John from RCD. Thanks for joining me. Well, you know I love the Blade 200QX quadcopter. I think it's just a great little machine. It's got great power, great performance, of course brushless motors, and 3 great flight modes. It's got the green low angle mode, so you can really learn to fly quadcopters on that mode. Very docile, self-leveling. Once you're comfortable with that, go to the blue mode, which is higher angles, but still self-leveling. And then you can go to the red mode, which is basically your manual mode, no self-leveling, high rates, and you can do your flips and all that kind of stuff and fly really aggressively. So in one package, you can bind it to your transmitter, and you've got 3 great modes to learn to fly a quadcopter on. So I've always been really impressed with that, and the price point I think is great. The only thing I've never liked about that quadcopter though is the frame or the shell. Very fragile plastic, breaks very easily. One crash and you're probably going to break it. And then basically you're looking at replacing the frame because it's all one piece, top piece and a bottom piece. And when I crashed mine, I broke it right where the arm meets the motor pod on the top and bottom. So kind of bummed about it, put it back in the bin and thought, what should I do with it? Should I replace it with a stock frame? Then it'll still be a fragile frame. I'll probably just break it again. Should I get an aftermarket frame? There's a lot of good frames you can get. Carbon fiber frames anywhere from 50 bucks to about 90 bucks. You can even buy wood frames for it. But at the end of the day, I decided I'll just build my own frame. It's a very simple quadcopter, very simple design. And I got one piece of 2-foot basswood right here, and then a little square stock right here. This is about $2.50 worth of wood, and that's enough to build a new frame. So this is a very cheap, very easy frame to build. I really like the way it flies. And I built it just to be an FPV quadcopter. So you've got just room for the camera and for the battery underneath. It's balanced right in the center. No room for a Mobius or worrying about how to balance the Mobius plus the battery. Just keep it real simple and just FPV. So we're gonna go ahead, I'll show you some line of sight flying on it real quick, and then we'll go to the FPV video. Now keep in mind, the FPV video is the transmitted video from the Spectrum micro FPV unit. So it's gonna be low resolution video. It's not gonna be HD video or anything like that. It's recorded on the Fat Shark Dominator V2s. So you're basically seeing what I'm seeing when I fly with all of the signal loss, interference, all that stuff that goes along with it. So that'll give you an idea of how it looks. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm really happy with it, and I think I'm going to fly it a little more. And I'll probably do a build video for you guys so you can see how it's built. It's very simple, very easy, and you can build your own if you do break your 200QX. So let's go ahead and see how it flies. All right, guys, I do apologize for that dubstep music. I know that's not everybody's favorite. I actually do kind of like that song, believe it or not, but I do have a somewhat strange taste in music, I guess. So if you did want to mute it or turn it down or turn it off, I don't blame you at all. But hey, I haven't used any dubstep before. I think that's the first time I've used it in a video, so well, there's that. Anyway, I do like the way the quad flies. It's very stable. I like the video quality. There's not much jello at all until you really hit the throttle pretty hard and go straight up. Then you get a little bit of wobble. But overall, it's very smooth, very easy to see where you're going. I feel like the main limitation as far as the FPV is actually this little FPV unit. This quad kind of outruns it. You get to the far end of the range pretty quickly. This doesn't do great with trees around, so it's almost too much quad for the transmitter, but still a lot of fun to fly. I'm going to try a Pico FPV set from Ready Made RC, where the camera goes on the front and you have the little video transmitter in the back, and just see how that does. I'm hoping for a little bit of a better result compared to the Spectrum unit. So we'll see how that goes, but overall I'm very happy with it. Quad seems pretty durable. I had that one crash where I was going towards a tree trying to decide to go left or right, and ended up deciding to go neither left nor right and just go straight into the tree because that seemed like a better idea. Quad spun out, hit the ground pretty hard. Only thing that was damaged was a bent prop, and this was bent up at 90 degrees. I just bent it back and kept flying. Now I don't really recommend doing that because you can see that mark right there. That's a real weak spot in the plastic, and this prop will probably break at some point. But not having a spare prop with me, I decided just to keep going, so I bent it back, kept flying, and it worked out fine. But now I will replace this prop with a new one that has no damage to it. So overall, pretty nice flying quad. I'm pretty happy with it. I will think about doing a build video for you guys because at $2.50, it's a pretty cheap alternative to the stock frame, and it seems to be pretty sturdy. It's very rigid, very solid, and it took a pretty big hit there with really no damage whatsoever. I'm sure the stock frame would have been completely obliterated by hitting the tree like that. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. More videos will be coming, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.